So this is Self-Portrait with Cigarettes, and it was painted in Rome, Italy, and it's in the Belvedere in Vienna, Austria. And the artist responsible for the work is Anselm Feuerbach, and he's German. And the medium of work is oil on canvas, and this is realism. Historical relevance, I couldn't find much about this time period in his life or about his art, but 2 years after the self-portrait, he became a professor at the Vienna Academy of Fine Arts. So, yeah, I think he was about in his 30s or 40s, because he died when he was 50, so. How long did this take to create? Unknown. It was, but it is dated as 1871. And there isn't much known about this work, but I think that this work is important actually because it shows the personal style of the time. It's like, you know, how they groom themselves and what they wear. He has a very neatly groomed mustache, and his hair is like shaped to perfection. And I'm very into costuming, especially historical costuming. So it's really cool seeing like this is like a time capsule from that time. So I think that's why it's important. Defining characteristics of this work is how he represents himself. It's almost like somebody has like shot a quick picture of him while he was turned to the side. It's very casual. I think it really does stick with realism, because realism is about, you know, capturing people as they are. And also I think that the use of the very dark background just makes him pop out even more. And historical contributions of the artist is that Feuerbach was one of the leading German painters of the mid-19th century. And personal observation is, I think it's interesting that he only chose to paint one side of his face. It adds like a bit of mystery to this portrait. And I really just love how groomed he is. Like, he really portrayed himself as like, he has perfectly manicured hair, perfectly manicured mustache. I just really like it. And I chose this work because of how handsome and dandy he looks, and his face really just looks like a modern, like I could imagine seeing a guy that looks like that like on the street. So, and I think that this compares pretty well in the realism art characteristics, as it represents himself as he was. And he's portrayed in quite a non-decorative style, like he's just very nonchalant. And a fun fact is that he was quoted saying, "If someone gives you so-called good advice, do the opposite. You can be sure it will be the right thing 9 out of 10 times." So some great advice from him.